I owe Bret Michaels a huge apology. Joan Jett is a badass, and Chris Kale will always, always be cooler than me, all on this new episode of Beardo and Weirdo, starting right now. It's Beardo and Weirdo. I'm Craig Gass. I'm the Weirdo. This is Chris Kale.
Yes, sir.
The Beardo.
Indeed.
Man, we have had a rock and roll extravaganza for the last couple of days.
Absolutely.
I don't even know where to start, dude. We had
you got notes right there, though. We went over this.
we had here.
Somebody's gone Hollywood over here.
Okay, I'm going to point out something that is kind of a vulnerable thing for me to say about both of us. You and I, we love free shit.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know why, man. Mm-hmm. There are times when someone manages a restaurant and something like, hey, man, I'll give you a free burger. And I'll be like, this is the most delicious burger I've ever had in my life. Mm-hmm. It's free.
Everything tastes better free.
Everything tastes better.
Everything sounds better free.
Just like
most things look better free.
Do you remember one time we were at Sebastian Bach's birthday party at his house and we noticed Tapeface was there? Tapeface is a famous Vegas performer. His posters are all over the airport and on taxi cabs, and he's had his own residency. Now it's at MGM Grand. But we saw Tapeface there, and I was like, remember what our first reaction was? Like, shit, we should go be friends with him so we can get tickets to his show.
Let's clarify there. Not our reaction. Your reaction.
Dude.
I was like, oh, that's a good idea. I was like, oh, cool, yeah. I'm always looking for something to do here in Vegas.
Turned out, Tapeface and I both know the same sketchy promoter from Auckland, New Zealand. Yeah. So it was like we both know this like really sketchy dude who, one of the sketchiest people on planet Earth. That guy brought me to New Zealand. He reached out to me on social media and said, hey, I'm a promoter and I'm a huge fan of yours. I love your Sam Kinison impression. And I was like, oh, shit, wow, that's cool. And so we're writing back and forth. He goes, how'd you like to do a tour of New Zealand? And I was like, oh, my God, I would love to. And he's like, all right, well, I won't pay you until you get here. But this is.
Oh, there we go.
This is what, oh, yeah, you learn the lessons as you go.
Absolutely.
And I remember my first sign of trouble is I agreed to everything he was going to say. Uh-huh. And then he sent me a poster. And he's like, all right. He goes, I just want you to approve this poster. Is it okay to use this photo? I look at the poster. And the poster says, coming to New Zealand from America, comedian Craig Gass. And then in giant font was world's best Sam Kinison impersonation. And then in small print, also King of Queens Family Guy. And I was like, I don't know if things are different in New Zealand, but I feel like Family Guy and Sex and the City are something that people would relate to more than
right. I don't know, though, man. That's a long, long way from the States. So Sam Kinison may just now be getting there.
Yeah, dude.
Especially back then.
so me and Tapeface, we bonded over that he knew that guy, too. And then, but whenever we run into people that we know are performers here, we're like, oh, shit, hey, what's up? I'm Craig. I'm a comedian. This is Chris Kale, Five Finger Death Punch. Oh, yeah. And we love going to, and whenever we hang out, it's like, I got tickets for this. I got tickets for, what do you want to do? And last night was a dilemma. Because you had a hookup.
Yep. And this is often a dilemma in Las Vegas because it's the entertainment capital of the world.
Yeah.
Always a bunch of different stuff going on. It's like, how do you decide which one to go to? And as a performer, how do you compete against all the other stuff going on? But we had this dilemma just last night.
Yeah, it was Joan Jett.
Yep.
And we were hooked up for Joan Jett.
Don't forget, and the Blackhearts.
And the Blackhearts. Joan Jett. That's right. Did you know that if you look up Joan Jett on Ticketmaster, it won't come up?
Oh, really?
But if you have to do Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, then it comes up. And I was like,
I get so much free stuff, I'd never go on Ticketmaster. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that right there is the best reason to be in a band.
It was Joan Jett, and we were hooked up for Joan Jett, and we were stoked about going to Joan Jett. Then some friends of ours in Night Ranger, who we just hung out with in Maryland, were like, hey, you want to come to the show? And they wanted to hook it up. Carrie Kelly is involved in a restaurant in Vegas that he's been trying to get us to for years. And we're like, shit. All right. So we can go to, all right, maybe we can do, because Night Ranger was performing at VAMP'D, which is a nightclub. And usually the bands go on in a nightclub at 11, 12 o'clock.
Not this night, though.
Not this night.
Concert schedule.
Dude, VAMP'D is going out hard, man. They are putting some big bands in that place. They had Stephen Pearcy and Warren DeMartini last week. They're closing out with Loverboy. This place holds 200-300 people, maybe.
Yeah.
And they're putting Loverboy in that nightclub. And so Night Ranger was going to go on at the exact same time as Joan Jett from 8:30 to 10. So it was like, shit, what do we do? And it's like, all right, you know what? You said, I want to go just do Night Ranger.
Yes.
And do you want my tickets for Joan Jett? And I'm like, yes. So I took your 2 tickets and I thought, let me go watch Joan Jett for a couple songs and then I'll bounce over to Night Ranger and go hang out with you there.
Yeah.
And Joan Jett, dude, I've seen Joan Jett. I remember she always loved to open with, I saw her at a fair, the Tri-Cities Fair in Washington State, which is in the middle of nowhere. Joan Jett walked on stage and was all these like families eating cotton candy, and she walked out and played Cherry Bomb from the Runaways.
Yeah.
It was just so surreal to see all these people with their children and hearing her going, hello, Dad. Hello, Mom. Mama, Cherry Bomb. And I was like, dude, this is amazing to watch. She walks out on stage at House of Blues the other night, and right out the gate, she just was just doing hits one after the other. And I was like, shit, should I go? I don't know. Dude, yeah, the footage of that Joan Jett show. Check this out. Listen to her vocals.
Were you in the balcony or that little room up on the top right?
In the balcony.
Okay.
She's got to be in her late 60s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember the first time I heard this, I was like, wow, this lady's very forward.
Yeah.
Do you want to touch me there? You've
been looking for that ever since.
Yeah.
It's amazing the things that happen in childhood that just develop our taste.
With you your whole life.
It all starts there.
Oh yeah. Dude, she was so badass. She has to be late 60s, right?
I would think so, yeah. Hell yeah, very cool.
Dude, and by the way, I was triggered by being in the House of Blues. Did I ever tell you about that gig I did at House of Blues with Norm Macdonald?
Yes, you did, I think.
It was a sold out show.
Mm-hmm.
I went with, I took your 2 tickets and I gave one of mine to Frank Sidoris Sr.
Oh, okay, oh yes.
So Frank Sidoris Jr. is actually home.
Mm-hmm.
He's usually on the road with either Wolfgang or Slash.
Right.
But Frank Sidoris Sr. Took the ticket. We hung out, and I was telling him, like, man, I was at the House of Blues once, sold out, 1,800 people, and I was opening for Norm Macdonald, and this guy walked up to me and said, hey, are you Craig? I go, yeah, and he goes, hey, I'm the host. What do you want me to say about you when I introduce you? And I said, oh, just say you've seen him on Howard Stern and King of Queens, you know, and he's like, okay, cool, I'm nervous. And I go, yeah, man, it's a big crowd. And he goes, that's my first time. And I was like, it's your first time?
In front of 1,800 people.
And I go, first time in front of a big crowd? And he goes, no, it's my first time doing stand-up. And I go, you've never done stand-up? And I said, how'd you get this gig? And
Who did he know?
He said, I'm a bartender here at House of Blues, man. I'm a huge comedy. I always want to do comedy. I always want to do stand-up. And I got the schedule. We always get the schedule 6 months ahead of time. Like before the public knows, we know who's coming to House of Blues. And Norm Macdonald's my favorite comedian of all time. Damn. And when I saw the schedule, I was like, oh man, and I started campaigning. Like, I want to open for Norm Macdonald. And like everybody that works here was trying to like, get him on the show. And actually a bunch of people that work here, they took the night off and they bought tickets and they're in the crowd watching. And I went, but you didn't go to like an open mic to rehearse? And he goes, no, this is it. And I went,
yeah.
Good luck, buddy.
As a bartender who now does comedy, I mean, I get it though. I do. Yeah. What's the difference between God and a bartender?
What's that?
God doesn't think he's a bartender.
Dude, this guy walked out and ate his dick for like.
I mean, I would pay to see that.
The most uncomfortable 5 minutes ever, man. This guy, he was doing this rookie thing that I completely forgot about when you first start doing stand-up. At the end of his jokes, he would go, what? like he'd physically like expect you. And because the crowd is like, oh, you expected us to laugh right there? They're like, and it is dead silent. Dude.
What about his friends?
1,800 people. There's like a balcony, a upper balcony, and then there's like a upper balcony up at the House of Blues.
Yeah.
It is dead silent. He starts stammering. You can hear his mouth getting dry. I could see stains starting to develop in his shirt, like where his pits are. And there was one moment after several minutes of complete silence where he goes, maybe you had to be there. And a guy all the way up in the upper balcony goes, maybe you're not funny. And there's an explosion of laughter.
Biggest laugh of his set,
it's
guaranteed.
The biggest laugh of his set.
Yep.
And I'm in that moment, I was like, God damn. And then I got a tap.
You got to follow that.
I get a tap on my shoulder. I turn around. It's Norm. He's standing behind me and he goes, oh man, I feel bad for this guy. You know, hey, don't make fun of him. You know, don't I feel bad for him. And I went, all right, yeah, for sure. And I was like, fuck, how do I? Because as a comedian, you have to acknowledge it. You can't, like, if you follow somebody who crushes or someone who eats it, you have to go, all right, look, I saw that. You know, or if you have to follow Dave Chappelle, like you got to acknowledge what just happened.
Yeah.
So I want to honor Norm and not make fun of the guy. And the guy goes, "You guys ready for your next comedian?" The crowd was like, "Yes!" And he goes, "All right, you've heard him on Howard Stern, you've seen him on King of Queens. Please welcome Craig Gass." And I go, "All right." And I grabbed the mic. I looked at the audience and I went, "All right." And then that got a laugh.
There we go. Nice.
So I didn't make any jokes.
Yeah.
But I showed the crowd like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And then we moved on. So I see Joan Jett. She comes out. She just crushes. First couple songs right out the gate. I'm like, all right, I got to run out and get out to Chris. I get out to Chris at Night Ranger at VAMP'D. And VAMP'D, I've never seen that parking lot so packed, dude.
Absolutely, yeah.
It is oversold.
Mm-hmm. And they've got plenty of parking there. It's like a decent sized parking lot. It's not like one of these places where you go and it's, 20 spots. There are a lot of spots all occupied.
And dude, when I get there, it is like a Vegas reunion. It's like every musician in town is hanging out there. And then there's a little VIP spot, which I remember Corey Taylor always has a joke about. I remember telling him a story and saying, I go, yeah, man, I was hanging out at VAMP'D. I was in the VIP area. And he goes, the VIP? He goes, is this the VIP? Like, all right, hey, man, I got to go to the VIP. I'll see you in a minute. Sorry, you can't get over here. I'm the VIP. Yeah. So I go in there and there's a bunch of musicians in there. Night Ranger is crushing it. I mean, Jack Blades has so much energy, man. He's such a likable dude. And Jack Blades at one point says, we got a bunch of friends here in the audience. We're going to start bringing them on stage. And I was like, oh shit. Cause I got a text from those guys like, hey, we want you to hang out. And I'm like, oh shit, maybe do I have any Night Ranger jokes? Man, I should start getting ready. And they go, all right, we're gonna play a song and we're gonna bring up a special guest. Where's Eric Singer from Kiss?
Yeah.
Eric Singer makes his way up like, we're gonna do this. And they start playing Sister Christian. Dude, Eric Singer just right out the gate, just kills it. Check out this Sister Christian clip of him getting up on stage. This is from my Instagram. This is why it's a vertical video. Eric Singer just super comfortable. I can do this, man. I'm a professional. I know how to do this. I would be scared to death to be called out of the audience and just start playing with him.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Watch Eric just effortlessly.
Wonderful song.
Oh, what a sing-along. Mr. Effortless. Wish I had talent. And by the way, when you hear that song, do you think about the Boogie Nights? That fucked me up. Ever since I saw the Boogie Nights, man, I think about cocaine and fireworks.
Yeah, I mean, I think about that all the time, regardless of Boogie Nights. Definitely think about that more than Boogie Nights. That's for damn sure. Thus the confusion on my face. Like, I don't remember the scene.
Dude, and
perhaps I was on cocaine and fireworks when I was watching the movie.
And then they, I mean, dude, I got footage. There's it's weird, man. That band, their songs, but they just look like they have so much fun.
That's the part I loved about it. Just especially Jack, just having such a great time up there.
He's like a garbanzo
bouncing around, going and interacting between everybody up there, coming up, and like in the very beginning was having trouble with his in-ears. In-ears are like little monitors. They're kind of like in-ear headphones, and you can mix the sound specifically for what you need. And he's up on that stage, and nothing was working. And still nailing every single note without being able to hear his voice over. And you've been to Vamp.
Yeah.
Damn amps that are back there. That wall of amps is the most impressive in a small club that I've ever been to.
So
overpowering. And he was still hitting every single note, been doing it for so long and such a professional, just nailing every note, didn't even need the damn in-ears.
So would you say that most professional musicians use those in-ears now?
It seems to be the case these days. It really makes it where, particularly as a vocalist, where you don't have to push your voice so much. Like if you have monitors in front of you and you got the loud amps behind you, you can throw your voice out pretty easily by trying to overextend and push your voice too much. Well, but yeah, damn, he was killing it.
I got more footage of Sister Christian, and it just like
Brad Gillis.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I noticed in the background they're all like
that big smile right there. He was just talking about having so much fun.
Brad Gillis, who played with Ozzy, he replaced Randy Rhoads in Ozzy.
In very short notice too.
And look at the guys in the background. They're all playing each other's instruments. Yeah. And then they pick up drumsticks and they start playing drums with Eric Singer. I mean, dude, it just seems like 5 friends.
Oh yeah.
Just hanging out. There's some kind of, it's weird. They have these huge hit songs, but there's some kind of garage band kind of vibe about them. I guess because, look at Jack.
Yeah. Is that you singing in that? I thought you go, red. I know that voice.
Oh, dude. Well, you hear great musicians and you think, I can do this. You don't expect to have it reviewed by your friends afterwards on video. Look at Carrie Kelly. By the way, we're going to get to a Carrie Kelly story because these guys, believe it or not, ended up serving us dinner. They literally put on aprons and like served us dinner. But we'll get to that. But so they got Eric Singer from Kiss on stage, and then they go, hey.
I like how you do that for every time you mention anybody from Kiss because it's so much into your routine. The Gene Simmons from Kiss.
Did I ever tell you where that came from?
No.
It came from a call that I got from the real Gene Simmons. The first time Gene Simmons confronted me on the Howard Stern show, someone told Gene, like the day that Gene Simmons showed up to confront me on the Howard Stern show was also the day that I was headlining Caroline's for the first time in New York City, which is a big deal for a comedian. Caroline's used to be the biggest club in New York. It's right in Times Square. I think it's like a 350-seat place, and it's like only the biggest names in comedy would headline that place.
And you.
And me. And then
still got it, guys. Still got it.
Someone told Gene, they said, Craig's he's headlining Caroline tonight for the first time. And Gene goes, give me his number. And they did. These assholes gave him my phone number.
Yeah. And Gene Simmons asked for something, you get it.
I see a number that's like blocked, and I'm like, I'm picking that up.
Yeah.
And now listen, I still have the voicemail. And this is all I hear. Boop. Hi, Craig. This is Gene Simmons from Kiss. He actually said,
nice.
From Kiss on my answering machine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to confuse you with Gene Simmons.
The accountant.
From Pet Boys.
Yeah.
Like, I know who you are, man.
Yeah.
Listen, I want you to know, I know you're headlining Caroline's for the first time. I want you to know the Kiss Army is behind you.
Nice.
And I'm proud of you. That's why I'm going to be in the front row. And he showed up.
No way.
Sat in the front row. He brought a bunch of women with him. And he sat in the front row and he just stared at me. And then when I started getting to my Kiss stuff, he just turned around, looked at the crowd and went, he's talking about me. Isn't that something? And I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
After the show, he sends a woman into my dressing room. It was Jade Barrymore, Drew Barrymore's mom.
Oh, yeah.
She comes to my dressing room and she goes, Gene wants to invite you to a strip club tonight. And I was like, what? And I'm standing next to 2 old friends of mine. huge, way bigger Kiss fans than I was. Like they were like, because they're older than me, so they got in right with the initial wave of Kiss, and they were like, dude. And I go, is it okay to bring my friends? And she goes, any friend of yours is a friend of Gene's. And I was like, oh my God. So we went to a strip club with Gene, which just turned into, it was kind of nutty. We walked into a strip club and Gene Simmons is a famous guy. And it was my first time being in an environment like this with a famous person. Like when we walked in, it was typical strip club, like thong, 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 thong. When we walked in, and then all just record scratch. Do you love me? Yeah, and it was just all Kiss. And we got escorted to the back of the club into a private room. And then the next hour was just, I'll paint the scene. Gene Simmons on a couch, covered in strippers.
Yeah.
Me and my two buddies on the other end of the room on a couch, just cheering him on and going, yay! Yay, Gene! And then at some point, he could see that I was just sitting there looking pathetic, and he goes, hold on, wait 1 second. Like, I'm going to bring you into this. And he goes, ladies, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you like stand-up comedy? You do. Because this gentleman right here, this very powerful and attractive man, is the gentleman who does the impression of me. Isn't that something? And all these girls looked at me, and I went, what's going on? And they went, nothing. And I was like, oh, all right. No, you're right. That's all right. No, you're right. I'm wrong. Yeah. But getting back to the show, so they go, Eric Singer from Kiss is here. And then they go, all right, we're going to keep bringing our friends up. And I was like, I should write some jokes, man. What do I got here, man? I'm going to come up with something.
Yeah.
And they go, where's Sebastian Bach at? Sebastian was right in front of me.
Where's Sebastian Bach? The man is 7 feet tall.
So they bring Sebastian Bach up. Holy shit, dude. Sebastian Bach goes up. And they do a damn Yankee song. And Sebastian nailed it. I saw him afterwards, and I was like, dude, you fucking nailed that. And he goes, I was singing it for my wife. And I go, really? And then when you watch the video, you can see he just turns to his wife. And dude, I wish, like, do you think you're a good singer?
I'm decent, yeah. I mean, but not even comparable to Sebastian Bach. My God,
dude.
The range on that dude.
The range, dude. That's the crazy thing about him. When
that first record, even just those highs and powerful highs. So powerful. Nothing like a thin falsetto. Powerful range from top to bottom.
Oh, dude, I got some examples of that. But the damn Yankee song, I think it's "Can You Take Me Higher?" Or is it "Higher"? Is that the name of the song?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
All right, but dude,
is it high enough? I don't know.
High enough.
Everyone knows the damn song.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And it's right in Sebastian's wheelhouse, man, because his voice just soars through this.
Absolutely, that's a wonderful description. Soars.
Let's get to that song with Sebastian. Watch how he looks at his wife.
Singing his heart out.
Oh. I wish I could do that. Oh. Effortless. I could do that. Brad Gillis looks effortless.
You know what I really like about this clip, though? Sebastian is always so energetic and so just like over the top energetic and just bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
He is dialed on this.
Oh, yeah.
There he goes. Now it's some more energy.
Yeah.
And I told you how tall he is, standing next to Jack Blades.
Oh, yeah.
Jack Blades, 6'7", 6'8".
I just kind of looked at you like, was that a serious statement?
Yeah, he said something about it earlier in the show.
Oh, Jack made fun of
how short he was. Yeah,
oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, dude, Sebastian. I just wish I could be able to have that power to be like,
yeah.
Just look at a girl and go, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I can't do that. It sounds great in the shower, but I can't.
Ladies all across the interwebs. each
tuning out.
Just grabbed a mop.
There's a moment.
That was the moment, not a moment. That was the moment.
Matthew's going to show us some like metrics in a couple weeks and be like, you notice right here, there's a big drop off of just the female audience right here. It's right when Craig starts to look in the camera. And can we look at that?
The engagement goes up when Sebastian Bach's on there. And then as soon as you're there, significant
Can we go to
drop
that
off.
opening line with Sebastian again? I want to get that opening line again of Sebastian, because he turns and he like the intensity.
Right here.
Oh
man,
dude,
singing it with such emotion. You can see it in his eyes too.
Let me try that.
Okay.
All right.
I'll be here.
All right. You ready? Here we go. I don't want to live without you anymore. Can't you see I'm in misery? And you know the score. I would live and die for... Oh, come on. Don't do it, honey. Rebecca.
He doesn't even know my name.
Baby.
He's singing to me like I'm the love of his life.
Baby.
He knows I go by Becky.
Dude, that is to be handsome.
Sir Mix-a-Lot knew who I was. He put me right in the song.
Sebastian.
Becky, look at her butt. And the man that I have betrothed myself to, Rebecca, who the fuck is Rebecca? Who the fuck is...
What the fuck is this character you're doing? What the fuck is this?
Somebody would be in a Sir Mix-a-Lot video.
Yeah.
Who the fuck you think?
This is coming to Anchorage, Alaska and Cincinnati, Ohio. Get ready for these exciting moments of culture appropriation.
Not to mention the panty dropping moments.
Yeah.
When Craig Gass really turned on the appeal.
That's what I'm saying. Sebastian Bach is not only tall, he's handsome, and he can sing. Yeah. Like, dude, he's got a power behind his voice, which, by the way, is the other clip I wanted to show you. But before I get to that, Sebastian, at one point, it was getting late at night. My girlfriend is going to sleep. She texts me, "Hey, babe, I'm going to sleep." And I'm like, "Oh, shit." She's working up in Idaho. And then I go, "Oh, let me call you." So I go in to the kitchen to do a FaceTime video with her. And I had just talked to Sebastian and said, "Dude, you fucking killed it." And he go like, "I sang it to my fucking wife, dude." And I go, "Oh, shit." And I go, "Hey, man, I got to make a call." And Darcy picks up and he goes, "Who you calling?" And I go, "Oh, I'm just calling my girlfriend." And then Sebastian goes, "What's up? You're his girlfriend? Hey, what's up?" And then we're all talking. And in between us is Chrissy Fitz, who's friends with Darcy. Chrissy Fitz is Brent Fitz's wife. Brent Fitz, nicest Canadian guy on the planet. Yeah. And you've seen him. He plays with Slash. He played with Triumph this summer. Oh, yeah. And so I'm sitting.
Of course it is. Canadian.
It's a Canadian thing. Canadian people, amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, most of us know that. But I'm sitting there doing the FaceTime thing, and Sebastian goes, "You know her too?" to Chrissy. And she goes, "Yeah." She goes, "We hang out every time she comes to town." I go, "Yeah, we all go play bingo." And he goes, "What?" And I go, "Yeah, dude, you should play bingo with us." And he goes, "Fucking bingo? Dude, I fucking love bingo." And I go, "Me too." And he goes, "Dude, when are you playing bingo?" I go, "Whenever you want." And he's like, "Let's fucking do it."
Yeah.
Totally into it. And it was so crazy. I did a screenshot. I was like, no one's going to believe this.
There we go.
So that is Suzanne, his wife, is in the corner. Right behind. Oh, yeah, right behind me.
Yeah.
And
that's how little she is.
Yeah.
And how big your head is.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, being in the kitchen, Craig.
Yeah.
Just noticed just the other day how much weight you've lost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you are tightening up over there.
I know because I had a doctor's appointment and they said I've lost 17 pounds in 2 months.
Nice.
Yeah. And, but yeah, dude, that was, I just love Sebastian. He's coming to what we're also performing in Vegas together.
Real quick though, before you get to that.
Yeah.
He was, speaking of the things that Sebastian Bach loves that nobody would know.
Yeah.
Ages ago, when, I guess 5 years ago, when him and his wife moved out here, he was talking to me about looking for like a yoga studio. And I pointed him a couple of different directions. And this past January, I started doing yoga as well. Added that, walk into the regimen. Again, both of us, you know, living our best lives out here. And I saw him last night. I was like, "Dude, after talking to you last time, I started doing yoga." And he was like, "Yoga? Where are you doing yoga?" And I was like, I told him one place. He's like, dude. And I said, and I also just got a trial membership at this other spot. Oh my God, dude. That's my impression of you doing.
Dude.
Yeah. But this past week, I was supposed to do yoga with Sean Strickland from the UFC.
Oh, okay.
At the same place that Sebastian goes to.
Oh,
so
okay.
I cannot wait for the moment
to see
that
him.
Me, Sebastian Bach,
and Sean Strickland from the UFC
are all doing yoga. All three of us, because we've been in the business for a long time, doing downward dog. Because we have got that one down.
Dude, his enthusiasm for everything. He's coming this
childlike. I love it.
He's coming this weekend. This weekend, Chris and I are performing at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club in Las Vegas, July 4th and 5th this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And when I told Sebastian about it, he was like, wait, is this in Vegas? And I go, yeah. And he goes, fuck yeah, dude.
Nice.
Can I bring some friends? And I was like, whoever you want, man. So Sebastian's going to come out to one of the shows.
That's awesome.
And yeah, dude, if you live in Vegas, you will see Sebastian not only at the concerts with the crowd.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
in the crowd.
Yep. Yeah.
He's crying. He's singing. He's as emotionally connected to music as all of us are as music fans.
And, that all started with Vinnie Paul here in town. Vinnie Paul would go to every single show. I would see him watching cover bands of just, going to see the Spasmatics, all different types of stuff. So Vegas is a different animal.
Yeah.
Like there's no pretension. Well, I won't say no pretension, but amongst the family that we all know.
Yeah.
Everybody is down. We love music fans, hanging out, interacting, singing along to every song. It's an incredible vibe. And there were so many people that flew out last night from different areas to see Night Ranger.
Oh, yeah.
Show. I met some people from Knoxville, New Jersey, all over the place. So yeah, for those people to come out and really experience like what the Vegas music culture is like, I'm honored to be part of that entire thing.
Well, when you talk about the family, that's the people that we always see at the shows. Every time we go to concerts, me and you.
Frank Sidoris.
Yeah, the guys in Slash's band.
Zach Throne.
Corey.
Yep.
Zach. Stephen Piercy you would see at shows. Jakey Lee.
Oh, yeah.
You see at shows.
Eddie Trunk.
Eddie Trunk. Jake comes to my comedy shows. He might be coming out this weekend, too. What were you laughing about?
Dude, I went to go see the Misfits forever ago at MGM Grand.
Okay.
And I'm sitting in this row. And I know Jakey Lee like loosely back then. I know him better now.
Okay.
But back then we'd met a couple of times, probably like the Sin City Center shows or something.
Okay.
And I knew him, and there was a guy sitting right next to him. I'm like, it's like a rocker guy with long hair. I know the face. I cannot put it together.
Next to Jakey Lee.
Right next. I mean, they were there at that show together.
Okay.
And I'm like, who? Like, I should know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Lights come on. I walk over. Warren DeMartini from Rat and Jakey Lee watching the Misfits. 3 people down from where I was. Yeah. It took me that long to figure out. I was like, oh my God.
Dude, no, wait a minute. We got to back up a little bit because you had that moment with me at the Bill Burr show when did you know that was him?
Oh yeah. Actually, no, I didn't know because I couldn't see past your big head.
Here's what happened. Bill Burr got us into the show that he was doing at Park MGM. And Bill and I have known each other for 25 years from New York. A whole bunch of comedians that you know now all arrived in New York at the same time, 1998. We all showed up at this place called the Boston Comedy Club. Burr, Chappelle had already been around for a while, Patrice O'Neill, Dane Cook, Jim Norton, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so...
Anybody I would have heard of, though?
So Bill
That's a hell of a list. That's awesome.
Yeah, Bill Burr starts, he does a show at Park MGM, and I go, hey, man, can I go? I want to bring a buddy of mine. He's a musician. Yeah, you can come down, whatever. He gets us into the show. And then we get to our seats, and we're really close to the stage, and the seats are super tight. Like I remember just being so thankful that my seat had an empty seat next to it. And I was like, so I kind of put my ass crack on in between the seats just so I could spread out a little bit and give you some space.
Yeah, and get a little stimulation in the show. You said that's where the male G spot is. Craig found it last night at that night at the Bill Burr show.
So the show is packed, but we have
so was
my ass. Yeah. So I have 2 seats, Kobe to Shaq. And so I have 2 seats next to me so I can actually, spread out a little bit. And then 2 people show up right as Bill starts the show. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh no. And they go, excuse me. And I was like, man. And it was a long haired guy who just smelled like he'd been taking a smoke break for like 2 hours.
That Jakey Lee definitely was.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know. I just know it was like a guy with long hair who smelled the cigarette. And because these seats are so tight, I kind of end up sitting like this. And then I put my arm around Chris. It was the only way to physically pull this off. I had to keep.
That's the only correct response to my hand being on your leg the entire time, though.
So we're watching the whole show. I got this long-haired dude next to me who
he left that off, but that's a true story.
That was. He actually did that.
I do
in the middle of the show
all the time. Even last night, walking around, I was trying to hold your hand.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And Chris is like, "It's legal.
It's 2025, baby."
So
hey, I said
the show ends, and Dean Del Rey, who had opened that show, he goes, "Hey, Craig," he goes, "Where's Jakey Lee?" And I go, "Jakey Lee?" And he goes, "Yeah, have you seen him?" And I go, "No, he's here." And he goes, "Yeah, he's somewhere. I gave him tickets." And I'm like, "Holy shit, we're gonna meet Jakey Lee tonight." Because I know we're going backstage, and Dean is looking for Jakey Lee to bring him backstage. I'm like, "Holy shit, we're gonna meet Jakey Lee." And the guy comes in, and it's the guy who was sitting next to me. And I go, "Shut the fuck up."
Mr. Rock and Roll late arrival. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then met his wife, who's a sweetheart. And then they've come to shows at Jimmy Kimmel's, hoping to get them to come out again this weekend. But dude, there's just so many musicians that live here in Vegas. So we're going through this Night Ranger show, and they brought up Sebastian Bach. They brought up Eric Singer from Kiss. And then
what was the dude from Warrant that came up there?
Well, that comes up at the end. So at the very end, they go, "All right, we still got one more song. We want to bring up our last friends." And I was like, I should probably just get out. Like, let me just get out in the aisle. And I start walking. Chris is in front of me, and the tour manager goes like this to Chris, like, "Come here, come here." Chris goes to the right towards the dressing room, which is connected to the stage. So Chris goes through the dressing room. Tour manager looks at me and goes, "Come here." And he's waving me, and I'm like, "Hey." And he goes, "Here." And I go, "What?" And he goes, "Down." And I go, "Down? What am I down?" And he goes, "Down. You can film from down here." And I go, "Film? Oh, man." And he goes, "Yeah, I got a spot for you right here." And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. And he's like, "By the way, can you hold Kale's keys while he's up there?"
He goes, just get that. And I go, "Oh, okay, right here." And he goes, "Yeah, but," he goes, "you're in the way. Get down." Oh. So like my big head is bothering people. So
the one that blocked me from seeing Jakey Lee. See? Self-awareness.
So now
we're learning things about ourselves today.
So
this is the growth. I haven't learned to fucking stop jumping on the stories though. That's for sure. I seen you in the comments. Fuck y'all.
So now I'm in the pit, alone in the pit, where normally security people would be at, and now I have to get out of everybody's way by taking a knee and then
by leaving the building.
Yeah. And then the band launches into Highway to Hell. I haven't seen Chris on stage in over a year. Sebastian, Chris Kale, Joey Allen from Warrant. I didn't even know he was there. And by the way, Sebastian kills. Listen to that.
I had to practice this part a lot. See me trying to keep my beard out of the strings too.
Yeah. But this is such, the range that we're seeing with Sebastian here, being able to sing that beautiful ballad, and then he's that rock voice.
Yeah, Kale on the background vocals back there.
Yeah.
Where's the praise on that? Let's go.
Sounds amazing. I know there's a funny moment. You're gonna hear me react.
Okay.
In a moment. Because you didn't realize that I was ordered to go into the pit and take a knee. And I'm like, you know what? This is amazing. I'm getting incredible footage. Oh, get ready. Get ready. Chris Kale's about to make a statement.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Danny Coker.
Yep. Danny's like, "No, Kale. This is my club.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with Brad Gillis."
Check out Chris Kale, the rock star. Dude.
Look at that, man.
Effortless.
Sebastian Bach, Danny Coker, who owns Vamp'd, Counting Cars, Brad Gillis of Night Ranger,
and Ozzy.
And Ozzy filled in for Ozzy, or filled in for,
Kerry Kelly, who was in Slash's band.
Yep. And then my dumb ass.
Joey Allen. Oh, dude, Joey Allen taking the lead. Dude. I mean, it just sounds... Apparently, they don't do this every night. They just did this because it was Vamp'd.
Absolutely,
because Vamp'd is about to close. Legendary rock bar.
Man, it's going to be... That is going to leave a void.
A giant void. Look at that!
Look at
that vocal. Oh, wait a minute. You got that big, and we're going down on the world. I wonder if he's going to...
I don't think it's going to compare to that, though.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, fucking way to step on his moment.
Saying,
damn.
I wish I had talent. Here we go.
Right there. Look at me posing back there.
Wow. Chris Kale.
Hanging out with Carrie.
Oh, my God.
There we go. We got the Spinal Tap moment in the back there.
Wow. Holy shit. Oh, dude.
I'm glad you got video of that because
there's even better video because everyone's doing the bow. They're saying their good nights. And then I got a great Kale pose.
Oh, yeah.
Because Kale caught me.
Cornball.
Dude.
And I'm going to give a shout out to the photographer right back there, Fred Morledge. He's here in town, Morledge. One of my favorite photographers. He has done so many great shots for me over the years.
Oh, yeah?
And yeah, just a super.
We should probably kill
likable.
this music because this is the music. Like, if we can film.
But see, right there,
that
music. Song right there.
Yeah.
If we go back and look at the what we call it, the numbers.
Yeah.
Yes.
The metrics.
The metrics. If you go back and look at the metrics, as soon as that song started playing, the number of white women watching right now, through the roof. Ow! Ow!
Oh my God. Oh, white women everywhere.
So you got to see all that from your viewpoint, down on your knees.
Yep.
In the front there.
Taking a knee in the pit.
And if you watch this show, like the religious folks that you have become.
Oh, no.
For the cult of Beardo and Weirdo, you know that just a few weeks ago, we got to show the perspective of my view on stage versus your view. So
shut the fuck up.
I shot a video at this one as well. That's what my view is.
Okay.
And much like on stage, Craig nowhere to be seen. Just hanging out over on the side, hold my keys.
What a great shot at Carrie, man.
Yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I just wanted to capture that.
You know, the crazy thing about Carrie is that he's... What were we going to say?
It's much like your videos that you were doing. Hey, Craig, where you been?
Yeah, it is.
It's like, find Craig in that crowd right there. Oh, such a good song.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy, man. It's like...
here we go. Woo! How about the range on Kale? Yeah, I nailed it. Much like, I mean, as a fellow bassist like Jack Blades, no in-ear monitors. Nailing it. You heard it. When you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing.
They not only seem to be having fun with each other, but they really seem to love the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Afterwards, after saying goodnight, doing a bow, they just hung out, just handing out guitar picks to everybody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, something else I saw a dynamic of that I've seen. I think we talked about back in the meet and greets, you've always got like the third party that's like, all right, guys, gotta go.
Yeah,
gotta go.
The people who are actually moving the meet and greet along.
I saw that last night in the dressing room when the band, all of us are in there hanging out. Oh, they're doing this. And there's one guy that's like, all right, you all got to get out. They got to get into clothes. They got to do this. And they're like, hey, get over here and take another picture. Let's do this. Hey, my kid's a big fan of the band. Would you mind doing a quick video for me real fast?
Really?
I'm doing the video. Guys, we got to clear this dressing room. These guys have just put on a performance, and these guys have so much energy. They don't give it, and they're just keep on going. But I enjoyed watching the satellite people.
Yeah.
They're like, you got to get out of here. Fucking.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I always get caught up in those satellite people, like, because I always look like I don't belong. It's like, you, goofy guy with a big face, get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, what?
Bro, head of security.
Well, dude, it gets crazier because Carrie Kelly says, hey, I want you guys to have dinner with me. And he's got a place, Aces and Ales in town.
And this place is called Evolve Brewing. It's a brand new place that they've got. Aces and Ales, long time Vegas stronghold, bringing good quality beers back in the day. All we had was Sierra Nevada back then, and even that was hard to find. But these guys saw a area that they could bring in all different types of beers and really elevate the beer game. They were ahead of the curve.
Now, here's the
brewing beer here in Las Vegas.
Kerry Kelly says, I want you guys on me. Come to the restaurant. I want to feed you guys. And we're like, oh shit, man, we're getting special treatment. And then we show up. Eric Singer's there. The other guys in Night Ranger there. It's like he's treating everybody to dinner. But dude, they gave us so much food. For everybody. And I remember while we were sitting there, we're having a discussion, and the tour manager for Night Ranger goes, he goes, yeah, he goes, we just got done doing some shows with Bret Michaels. And I go, oh man, I love Bret. And I go, Chris thinks he's best friends with Bret Michaels. And I had to tell him, like, you know, Bret Michaels doesn't know everybody. He just pretends to know everybody. He's got a guy giving him information. And the guy goes, oh man, oh, that's funny. And I go, yeah. I go, you ever notice that? He has a guy that tells him, no, this is Chris Cale. He's Five Finger Death Punch, and he's from Kentucky. And then Bret Michaels going like, Chris Cale, what is up, buddy? How are you doing, man? How's Five Finger Death Punch, man? You still watching Kentucky basketball? And then Chris feels like, oh my God, this guy loves me. And I'm telling everyone at the table, like, that's how Bret Michaels operates. And I admire it. I respect it. But he makes you feel like he knows who you are.
He is the mayor of everywhere he goes.
He's the dude. And I mean, people who are working on the stage, people who are carrying all the equipment behind the stage. He says hello to everybody, makes everybody.
He who currently holds the base for Five Finger Death Punch treats everybody the same.
And dude, 2 minutes later, the tour manager for Night Ranger goes, oh man, Bret Michaels says hi. And I go, shut the and I go, can I take a picture of that? I took a picture of his phone, and we have the Bret Michaels screenshot. It says, can we zoom in on it? At the top, you can see that it says Bret. And then he says, hey, hope you're feeling better. Thank you, man. I'm feeling great. Craig Gass says hello. Please tell Craig I said hello. He is awesome. And I went, shit, that kills my theory. Bret Michaels knows everybody's name in the world.
Yes.
I couldn't believe
Clearly.
It. Dude.
If he knows yours, he knows everybody's name in the world.
Bret Michaels is the nicest person in the world. How is that possible?
Did Matt send that text? Matt's the one of the main guys here at the podcast studio.
Yeah.
And always spells Craig Gass with just one S. Yeah.
Oh, did he? He said
Craig Gasses.
Oh, that
says hello.
Funny.
And then he corrects it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's when Alex is like, dude, it's two S's.
Yeah, it's two S's, bro. Dude, we afterwards we said, hey, let's make a quick video. Dude, they had all this food, and then they had a dessert. The first thing I saw on the menu was like deep fried Oreos, and they go, yeah, well, you want to try the salads and the appetizers, and I go, deep fried Oreos.
Poke. The poke was incredible.
You got the poke. Yep. I got the avocado sandwich, avocado melt, which was delicious. But then I also got onion rings. I did healthy and unhealthy shit all at the same time.
Don't forget the chicken tenders.
Chicken tenders, yep.
There was more that was there.
The cheese curds.
The cheese curds.
Cheese curds.
That was my fault.
But dude, the Oreos dropped, and based on our facial expressions, they just started we didn't know at the time. They were like, get more cookies, get some more cookies.
Yeah.
And then it just became cookie time.
Our facial expressions.
Yeah. Well, Chris disappeared while the cookies were coming out, and I went behind. They took me out to where they do the brewing, and we made a video. This is the video of me and Kelly at Aces and Ales.
I went in search of diabetes.
Got to Aces and Ales. That there's Kerry Kelly with his hair all tucked up in his hat.
Fed us. He had an apron on when we walked in.
Had an apron,
and he waited on the table and fed us. And this is Aces and Ales here in Vegas, right?
Yes, it's Aces and Ales, but it's Evolve Brewing as well, which you see these nice tanks over here. But I did feed you. And I want to serve my friends.
What a nice guy.
I served you.
Chris, we're filming.
This fucking guy.
Wait, what? Oh, what are we doing? What?
We're doing the cookie guy.
Video's on.
I'm off the clock.
These
We already did the podcast.
There's deep fried Oreos was on the menu. And we weren't going to do it, and then they served us a whole bunch of, so.
Health food.
So yeah, before we got here, we were talking about Carrie. I'm gonna be serving us. You guys talk about that already?
We already talked about it.
We told the whole joke. We already got to that, and then we're doing the Aces and Ales. And,
Looks like they got this thing covered.
It's over by Durango Casino, so visit them when you're here in Vegas. Might even have a member of Night Ranger serving you food when you get there.
Hey, I need some more Oreos!
Let the record show that was Chris walking around with all the cookies. Man.
Yes. So when I said our reaction, that was me. I was so happy about it. I had to go hide next to the tanks.
We must have had 3 rounds of Oreos, man. That was amazing.
I mean, when you're not drinking anymore, you got to get the sugar somewhere, you know?
Well, we are going to be in Anchorage in August. We're also, well, if you're getting this right now and it's before 4th of July, Chris and I are performing at Jimmy Kimmel's 4th of July and the 5th of July. We're doing 4 shows together.
And word on the street, by the street, I mean this podcast, Sebastian Bach, too, will be there.
Oh, there's going to be a lot more in Sebastian Bach, man. We're going to have a lot of friends at these shows. Because that's
past Sebastian Bach, though.
Yeah, I know, dude. I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. He's a big kid, and he's so nice to me, man. He's so supportive. I mean, when that comedy special comes out and meet the Kiss material.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. He is so supportive.
Yeah.
He went to your filming of your new Kiss special that you're doing.
Yeah.
And
Dude, and you can hear him throughout the whole show.
Yep.
The whole show, I'm doing jokes, and in the background you can hear, I know! I know! Dude, I know! He just talks throughout he's so dialed in. And plus, I mean, dude, I'm doing Kiss jokes. So he's down for it, man. But Cincinnati, oh my God. October, Cincinnati. So it's this weekend, 4th of July weekend, Vegas. August, we're coming to Anchorage. October, we're coming to Cincy. All the info is at getgas.com, getgas with 2 S's.com. And next week, by the way, Chris Kale, what's the website?
ChrisKale.com.
ChrisKale.com.
Yep.
Next week, we have an episode that we're very excited about. We have somebody coming in the studio that you're going to love next week that we're really fired up for. Someone that we're both a huge fan of. And subscribe, like, tell your friends, and join us next week for Beardo and Weirdo. And we'll see you next time.